The Kingdom Hearts community is truly something magical, filled with so many talented people that I've had the privilege to meet and have be some of my subscribers even. When you have a fan base this passionate, there's plenty of people who want to share that with artwork or music or videos and just tons of creative things that have sparked real life careers for some of these people and even more. It is just a video game, but it impacts so many people. Media has the chance to impact so many people. Today, I want to talk about a certain individual named George, who has been making rounds in the Kingdom Hearts community for the past year with their 3D artwork that looks nearly identical in some cases to the Kingdom shader art style we have in the modern Kingdom Hearts games. Which there is a reason for that, but it's seriously some insanely impressive stuff, and I've even used some of their work in thumbnails before. This person, towards the middle of February of this year, challenged themselves by remaking one of the most iconic cutscenes in the Kingdom Hearts franchise. The scene towards the end of Roxas' story and days, where Xion returns to Sora after a fight with Roxas. Still to this day, one of the most heart-wrenching scenes in the entire Kingdom Hearts series, which would eventually lead to cutscenes in Dream Drop Distance hinting at their return and Recoded, and then to their official return in Kingdom Hearts 3, which we all cried so hard at. But this scene was like part of the start of it all, and if we ever got a Days remake and saw this scene, it might look like something similar to this. For those of you that don't know, Xion is actually one of my favorite characters in the entire series. She is tied for number 2 or number 3, right behind Sora, who's in my number 1 spot for characters. So seeing someone in the community remake a scene like this was really special and made me envision even more what a Days remake could potentially be like if the team over at Square Enix and Disney ever wanted to make it happen. Hey, don't worry, y'all don't even have to credit me. Just do it. Just do it. I'll take it. This video today is about George, however, the person behind this creation, as I thought it'd be better to get insight into the animation compared to just doing a simple reaction to it. All of their links will be available in the description down below and in the cards on the top right. We did a short little interview through Twitter DMs, which will give some insight into the animation and also George as a person, so I really hope you guys enjoy, and let me know down below in the comments if you enjoy stuff like this and would like to see even more of them with different creators in the community and people who do content. How did you make this animation? I used some in-game 3D models from KH3. The stage is from Kingdom Hearts 2, except the tower itself, and it took some editing to make it look like this. Make new tile textures from scratch, model trees and foliage to add here and there, etc. I edited the shaders on the character models to make them look more like the CG models they use for the pre-rendered cutscenes. Then I started posing. I first made some specific poses, more like lip positions for the lips, that I would use later for the lip sync, and some for the eyes, for facial expressions and such, and then saved them in a pose library so I could use them later. And after all this was done, I put the character models in the stage and started animating them frame by frame with the original as the guide. There were some things about this animation I had not tried before, such as effects, animating shaders, lamps, trees, etc. So I was quite concerned about the quality of the result. 5,330 frames in total. I used Blender, which is a 3D software, and then made some minor adjustments and added the audio and credits in a video editing software. Why did you choose this specific scene to animate? I wanted to challenge myself with something new. I knew I had gotten better animation by animation, but this time the animation was much longer and used a lot of effects, which was a big challenge for me. I've been wanting to remake a Kingdom Hearts scene for quite a long time, and when I recently rewatched 358 Over 2 Days movie, it was the time I decided to remake this specific scene. I knew people would love to see something close to Days remake, so I thought that they would also like to see it. I also love people's reactions, so that was an extra push to make it happen. Yeah, as you can see under the Twitter post, a lot of people in the community saw this and reacted accordingly. I even reacted to it on live stream myself, but in retrospect decided not to post it. I thought this would be something a lot more interesting instead. But they really did an amazing job with this animation, so I'm really glad that they seem to be pretty satisfied with the result. Do you plan on making more iconic scenes from older games in this style? Yes, don't know when, but I want to remake the Roxas, that's a stick scene. I also want to remake a Union Cross cutscene or two. That would definitely be something really interesting. I would love to see some of those Union Cross cutscenes animated because Square probably isn't going to do it themselves anytime soon. But who knows, Union Cross is ending, so maybe in 2022 or 2027 or something, we'll get an announcement about a Union Cross remake and then we'll see that. But for those of you that don't know, because I know a lot of you have not played Days, the Roxas, that's a stick cutscene, is from Days. They don't show it in the movie because it's a scene in Beast Castle. It's a text box cutscene like most of the game's cutscenes, and it's pretty funny. Do you have any particular goals in mind with your work, or is it just for fun? At first, I didn't take it seriously. I have a really outdated PC, so that was an extra no to all these things. I've been always wanting to be professionally involved in a game's development, but that was just a dream. When I got into 3D stuff and learned some things, I thought that I wouldn't mind to make it for a living, although I'm not totally sure, because there are also some other things that interest me. And for the final question I just said, tell us about yourself. Ever since I remember myself, I remember that I liked video games a lot. Tekken, Soul Calibur, and of course Kingdom Hearts were my favorite ones back then, and they still are to this day. Video games are actually the reason why I started making art or drawings. I like some of the games so much that I just wanted to have more of them, not just the games themselves, so I started making fan art. I've been through a lot of phases, trying to figure out what I like the most: drawings, music, writing, etc. After all these years in inner investigation, I finally decided to get into 3D stuff in autumn of 2019. And here I am now. I find it really awesome how video games can sort of spark just the simplest of passions that end up snowballing into things that truly make us very happy. For some people it's art, music, making content through streaming or YouTube. It's really something beautiful. Big shout out to George for allowing me to put this stuff in this video and for answering some of these questions. I really do appreciate it. Please go ahead and follow them on Twitter. I will have their link in the description down below as well if that's more convenient. On Twitter at George_P_G. But tell me if you want to see more videos like this where I just go throughout the Kingdom Hearts community and talk to more people who do some of these amazing things, whether it's speedrunners, whether it's artists, animators, just whoever really, because I think there's so many people in the Kingdom Hearts community and other video games communities as well, but Kingdom Hearts being my niche, that are really passionate about their franchises and do amazing things for it to showcase their love, and some really just incredible things that sometimes when I look at, I'm just like, wow, how long did this take? What amount of effort went into this? And this is one of those things. This Roxas and Xion animation looks really beautiful, and I'm sure it got a lot of the brain juices going throughout a lot of fans who wanted a Days remake or would like to see one happen in the near future. And George allowed us to visualize that a little bit, even if it was for just a couple of minutes. And they had to choose one of the saddest scenes in Kingdom Hearts. But that's what makes it even more beautiful. Once again, if you guys want to go ahead and follow them, please go ahead and do so. Once again, it's at George_P_G, and it will also be down below in the description. However, if you guys enjoyed today's video, let me know down below in the comments. Other ways to do so is by simply leaving a like, sharing the video with a friend or family member, and last but not least, if you have not already and want to become a part of the Union, all you have to do is hit that red subscribe button down below. My name is Prodigy, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out, you guys. Bye.